welcome back. So today's video is going to be Daisy's 13-month update and my 13-month postpartum update. I do have a couple of things about myself to share, so that's interesting. No, I'm not pregnant. That's the first thing I know if people are asking. No. So let's go ahead and jump in first with her stats. Today she is about 25 pounds and 30 inches. She is wearing size 4 Pampers swaddlers, but she has started like peeing out of them and having blowouts, even though the size range on the package of the Pampers like diapers says it goes up to like 30 something pounds, and she's nowhere near the max. We're like, these obviously are not doing it anymore, so we are switching to Pampers Cruisers. We haven't tried them yet. They're actually ordered on Amazon, so we're waiting for those to arrive. And so Pampers Swaddlers size 4 is what she's been wearing for months and months, and they're not working anymore, so we're going to switch. She's wearing about 18-month clothing. She can still wear some 12 months, and she does wear a tube tee on some things just because that's what I have and I like it and I want her to wear it, but I'm trying to have her wear all the 12-month outfits that I'm like, oh, she has to wear that, like she has to, before they don't fit anymore. We have already like pretty much had her wear all of her 12-month like footy pajamas because they were getting too short, so like they would zip up from the feet and end up like right here instead of all the way at the collarbone because they were getting too short and like snug. So 12-month jammies are pretty much packed up. She's wearing about size 4 to 5 shoes. I would say leaning towards 5s, but she still has a couple of pairs of size 4 sandals that she wears regularly, and they're fine. But I have actually just packed up in the last week or so about 3 bins worth of her clothes that were like 9 and 12-month clothing, and those are now in storage, so we're done. Let's see, what else? She's got a lot more hair now. I've done ponytails on the top of her head, I've done pigtails, and they're super cute, guys. So cute. She doesn't love it, but she kind of forgets that they're there, so if I'm sneaky and distract her, I usually put her in her high chair while she's eating, and then I like do her ponytails, and she's distracted, she's totally fine. But if she like knows that I'm doing it and she like can tell that there's a clip in her hair, she'll pull it out and she'll put it in her mouth. And those clips are not big, so I like do not want her to have them in her mouth, so you have to be like super careful, you know, whereas like if it was something huge, I just let her play with it, but they're like little tiny clips. I'm like, you could swallow that, so I have to watch her like a hawk, although we have to watch her like a hawk anyway. So let's get into other developmental things and besides her stats. Daisy has been walking for about 3 months now, all of April, May, and June pretty much. You know, she's been walking more and more since May, I would say, but she can pretty much run now. She is like, she takes off, and good luck catching her. She's pretty fast. But it's super cute because she like looks behind you, looks behind her shoulder like, hi, you gonna get me? You gonna get me? And you have to be like, slow down. And then she like almost runs into things. Scares me. But I guess that's exciting that she can run for her. She loves it. She loves to climb. That hasn't changed. She can climb stairs unassisted now. She kind of crawls, but she can get up there. And then coming down the stairs, like, obviously we're with her. We don't just let her go. We have ours gated on the top and the bottom, but she can come down the stairs like a dignified person walking like a real adult, but she tends to just kind of like scoot her way down on her butt or on her stomach, so I don't trust her, but as long as I'm with her, she can try it. I want her to learn eventually. And I mean, I've seen 2-year-olds do it, so she's 1. Let's see, you know, over the next few months, hopefully she'll master it to the point where we can trust her with us one-handed to go down the stairs. Let's see, what else? She basically was focused a lot on eating, changing, you know, like around 6 months it was like solids, and then around 9 months it was like mobility. Like she was on fire. She wanted to crawl, she wanted to walk, she was standing, she was, you know, cruising around the furniture. From like 10 to 12 months she was really mastering walking. 12 months to 13 months she was really running. But around 12 months, guys, she started talking so much. And I know on her birthday party sign, you know, when she turned 12 months, I had like a little section of the sign that I made on the chalkboard that said like the words she said, and she said mama, dada, and dog, and I can't remember what else. There might have been one other word, quack, I think. And now she says like 20 words. It's like amazing. In 1 month she can say a lot of the animal sounds. Ask her what a dog makes. She can't, but she understands, and if you say where's the dog, she knows, and she'll point to lots of things. So I know she understands words, she just can't say them. but she knows animal sounds. She knows duck. She says instead of quack, she says cock, which is kind of cute, but it's like, we gotta fix that. She says moo, but it's more like mm when she says for a cow, which is cute. She says like hissing for a snake. She says like growls at alligators and a lot of like bears and things. And she kind of like rah too, like when you show her a bear or a lion or something. She says, what else does she say? That, D-A-T, that. She'll point at things and say that, and she wants that. She knows milk. When you say milk, she says, mmm. I don't know if that's her word for milk, but I've tried to like not say bottle because we're trying to break her of the bottle. That's a whole other thing I'll talk about, but words wise, she just like shifted her focus from like mobility to now she just wants to talk, and she wants you to read to her, and she wants to look at the pictures, and she wants you to point to things and say the words, and she wants you to do it over and over and over. And you can tell that she's soaking in things. It's really an exciting time because she's actually starting to want to sit down and like on her own and just like watch things and like observe, and that's awesome because she's been so hard to keep up with. It's nice that I can just sit down and I can sit with her in between my legs. We have a chase on our sofa, so it's like, 3 or 4 feet wide by like 5 feet or 6 feet long, so she can get up there with me, and she climbs down by herself. She's kind of starting to climb up, but she needs a little bit of like a last push to get up onto the sofa. But she just wants to be interacting with you, and she will play by herself and play with a lot of toys. Right now she's loving her flashcards with the animals and naming the animals. She says duck and quack are the same word, they're cock. So I'm not sure if one of them is supposed to mean something or the other, but basically we can run down her animals. I know I'm forgetting some that she knows, but she'll say bzz, bzz, like that. And then I have a book that shows it's like colors, and it's blue, and there's a bunch of blue things on the page, and she points to blueberries and says bleh, bleh, and she eats blueberries or blackberries or some kind of berry pretty much every morning for breakfast, so she's like bleh. So that's her word for berries, but it's really fun listening to her learn. Anyway, let's move on. Toys that she likes right now, she is obsessed with her baby doll. I take her monthly photos on the 23rd every month, and even though at 13 months it's like, when am I going to stop that? I don't know. I'm still going to do it. I don't have the stickers for her onesie that say like 13 months, but I'm going to keep doing it as long as I want to. And she refused on the 23rd this month to take those photos for the photo shoot, like for my collage, without having her baby doll in the photos with her. Like, she was like, no. She was like, that, and kept pointing at it until finally I gave it to her. And then she was happy and smiled for the camera and sat still in the chair and everything. So I let the baby doll be in her photos with her. Just shows she sleeps with her baby doll. And she has a baby doll downstairs and a baby doll that we keep in her nursery for like naps and bedtime. And she is like obsessed with her baby doll. She has a stroller, and you say, where's your baby? And she'll go find her baby and bring it to you. You kiss your baby? Good. Oh, that's so sweet. You're a good mommy. And she gives it the bottle, and then she'll hug it and stuff. But also I've started giving her like commands, and she's following directions. Like, I'll say, can you put this book in the box? And she'll put the book in the box. Can you bring that to mommy? And she'll bring it to me. Can you put the baby on Tigger? She has a Tigger rocking chair. And or rocking horse, but it's like a Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. And she'll put the baby on Tigger to ride it. I say, can you put the baby in the chair? She'll put the baby in the chair. Can you put it on your car? And she'll put it on top of the car. So she is definitely understanding things about words, and even though she can't do them, that's like her favorite thing, is to just interact with us and have her talk to her and say she loves shoes. That's another word. She says shoe. And so she'll just say, shoe. She'll go get daddy's shoes, and she'll put her feet in her daddy's shoes or my shoes, or she'll bring me her shoes and want me to put them on her all the time. She tries to help dress herself too, and she can't. Sleep. She is trying to drop that second nap. We are fighting to keep it because she's not still sleeping like 100% through the night all the time, and when she does sleep through the night, it's like she wakes up at 5 a.m. So by 9 or 10 a.m. she needs a nap. But then by 3 or 4 p.m. she's a mess, and she should really get a second nap. So I feel like either she needs to sleep in later so she gets more sleep at night, so that she can go with one nap in the daytime, or she needs that one nap to be like a 3-hour nap, or she needs to, you know what I mean, like, or take 2 naps and just continue the same nighttime hours she's sleeping. So she basically falls asleep between like 7:45 on our walks. It's too dark. It's too hot here. It's like 110 to walk the dog and go out and do all that stuff until it's pretty much dark out because it's so hot. So we try to wait until like 7:30. We put her in her jammies and then get her in the stroller. We take the dog out. We don't go forever. It's not like a 2-hour walk or anything. And she falls asleep in the stroller. That's fine, but it's hot and I feel bad for that, but she just like can't keep her eyes open past like 8:15 and she's just exhausted. But then sometimes she fights going down, and that's really hard because you know she's tired, you know she needs it, and she fights you and you have to like work at it, but not all the time. Maybe like one night a week is she like scream when you try to put her down for bedtime. Usually you just hand her baby doll. We read a few stories to her. My husband and I have a book that we read to her. I don't even know what it's called. You Are My I Love You. And it's like, I am your parent, you are my child. I am your quiet place, you are my wild. I am your calm face, you are my giggle. I am your weight, you are my wiggle. And it just has like, I am your, you are mine, whatever. And then the last few pages are like, I am your lullaby, you are my peekaboo. I am your goodnight kiss, you are my I love you. And then we say, I love you, Daisy. And then we put her in the crib, hand her her baby, walk out, turn on the white noise, turn off the light, and close the door. And we walk out. And usually that does the trick. She's out with the bottle. So, last but not least, let's talk about me breastfeeding, cow's milk, and postpartum periods. This is going to be the fun part. So if you're not interested in this part, you could definitely click out of the video now. But I have successfully breastfed from birth to 13 months, guys, and I'm done. I gave her her last boob, for her 13-month birthday, I guess you could say. And we're done. I have been slowly weaning her since about 11 to 12 months. I was cutting back on the pump sessions. I stopped pumping during my work day. And I want to do a whole video on breastfeeding, so let me know if you guys really want to see that, or like about my story of breastfeeding, because I think I want to do it anyway just for my own records. But at 12 months, I stopped pumping. So I haven't picked up the pump since like May 22nd or something, like May 21st was the last time I pumped. And haven't since. We were just kind of depleting the freezer stash. We have like a few bags left of my frozen milk, but that's it. Maybe 3 that exist. There's 1 in our freezer, maybe 1 or 2 in my mother-in-law's freezer. But yeah, then we started introducing cow's milk when she turned 1. Then we started alternating when she got breast milk, when she got cow's milk. We slowly was more and more of the cow's milk and less of my milk. Then we started doing I would go 24 hours each boob. So like right boob would feed her in the morning, and then left boob would feed her in the bedtime. Right food would feed her in the morning, left food would feed her at bedtime. So, or left boob would feed her at bedtime. So it was like I was going 24 hours between nursing her on each side, even though it was every 12 hours. And then I got to the point where I could go 72 hours between feeding her on each side, but she would get a boob like every day or every other day. And now I'm like, it's done. We're done. I have hardly anything. It's been about 2 days, 4 days for the other side. And I'm okay. I haven't like leaked. I'm not in pain. Everything is like, I feel full. Like I feel like I have definitely, I would love to express that milk and give it to her. And she's had a couple of like tantrums that I've been wanting to give it to her, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not. So I want to, guys. I love breastfeeding. And if it were up to me, I would totally do it forever. I mean, not forever, till she's like 2, but it just really hurt me in as far as like wanting to conceive our next baby. So we want our kids close together, and we have been, I guess you could say, trying since mid-April I got off the pill, and here we are end of June, and still no pregnancy. And that's because I went 2 years without a period. So my last period was June of 2016. Before I had 1 pregnancy and miscarriage, then I got pregnant with Daisy, then I was nursing for 12 months, 13 months before I got a period. So 2 years to the month between periods. And so I knew I needed to get that kid off my boob if I was going to conceive. And I know a lot of women do continue nursing during their pregnancies. They get pregnant, and I know somebody that's had that happen like close to me. But the truth is, I I knew I wanted to, and it was like the kick in the butt that I needed to get it done and wean her, even though it was like not a fun process. And I love that special bond time. So I'll never forget that. And I have lots of like pictures of us, and I have good memories and all that stuff, but we're done. So postpartum period, I got my first postpartum period in June. It was, I mean, it wasn't awful. It was fine. And I felt like, finally, you know, because I had been taking those little cheapy pregnancy tests. They're like Pregmate from Amazon. You can get like 20 pregnancy tests and like 50 LH ovulation predictor kits, OPKs, or luteinizing hormone test strips from Amazon for like under $20. So I got like 50 of the ovulation tests and 20 pregnancy tests, something like that, for $18 or $19. And I've been peeing on strips left and right, whether it was pregnancy or ovulation. I've been like trying to figure this out and tracking my basal body temperature, tracking my cervical mucus, my cervical position and firmness and openness and how high or low it is, tracking everything. You know, when we're having sex, when everything. And my app is like ridiculous. I have like so much data, like when I slept, what I did, how much I weighed, what I ate, you know, just to try to like figure out my body. So June is the first month that you could say we started trying in mid-April because we stopped preventing pregnancy, but because I didn't get my first period until June, I kind of feel like June was our first real shot at getting pregnant. At this moment, I'm filming this. It's too early to take a pregnancy test, and but I did confirm that I ovulated this month, which is good because we weren't sure if I was previously, you know, because I hadn't had a period and I had no positive OPKs. So I want to do a whole video on conception and breastfeeding and weaning and all that stuff too. So let me know if you guys want to see that. But let's just say we're trying to have baby number 2. If it doesn't happen this month, hopefully it'll happen in the near future. And I'll do an announcement and I'll film pregnancy updates. I also want to know what kind of frequency you guys want to see, and if there's any specific pregnancy related stuff you want to see that I didn't do last time, or things that you do still want me to do this time. I also want to do a baby like 9 to 12 month must-haves, and a few other mommy and baby videos. I definitely wanted to change my content and lean more towards mommy and baby, but for some reason it just like, I don't know, I have beauty videos and that's what comes to my mind, but I do want to do more mommy videos. So give me your suggestions in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.